everyone. Today I'm going to talk about psychological warfare in relationship. When we think about warfare, we often imagine physical conflicts, but psychological warfare can be just as damaging. It happens in intimate relationship, friendship, and even professional settings. It's when one person uses tactics like manipulation, control, and emotional abuse to dominate the other. Understanding these tactics is important, not just to recognize them but also to learn how to protect ourselves from their damaging effects. So, what exactly is psychological warfare in relationships? Psychological warfare refers to use of subtle manipulative tactics aimed at controlling, undermining, or damaging the other person's mental health and emotional well-being. Tactics often occurs over time and can be difficult to spot at first. Unlike physical abuse, psychological warfare leaves no visible scars. Its impact on a person's self-esteem, confidence, and mental health can be devastating. The most common tactics of psychological warfare is gaslighting. This occurs when the manipulator makes the victim doubt their reality or questioning their memories. For example, manipulator might say, "That never happened" or "You are overreacting," even when the victim clearly remembers something happening. Over time, the victims start to question their own perception of events, making them more dependent on the manipulator for guidance on what's real and what's not. Emotional blackmail is another tactic where the manipulator uses guilt, fear, obligation to control the other person. They may say things like, "If you really love me, you would do this," or "I will hurt myself if you leave." By manipulating the victim's emotions, the abuser traps them in a cycle of guilt and responsibilities, making it difficult for them to assert their own needs or boundaries. Silent treatment is a passive-aggressive form of psychological warfare. Manipulators don't get their ways. They withdraw emotionally, refusing to communicate. This leaves the victim feeling anxious, confused, or desperate for reconciliation. Silent treatment punishes the victim by making them feel invisible, driving them to do whatever it takes to regain the manipulator's approval. Another tactic is triangulation, where the manipulators bring a third person into the relationship dynamic to create jealousy or rivalry. This happens in romantic relationships, where one partner might flirt with someone else to make their partner feel insecure, or in friendship, where one friend may talk badly about another to create tension. The goal is to establish the victim's sense of security and keep them off balance. Recognizing psychological warfare is the first step toward breaking free from it. If you find yourself always questioning your thoughts, feelings, or decisions, you might be experiencing manipulation. Manipulators often try to isolate their victims from friends and family to gain more control. If you feel like you have to constantly tiptoe around other people's emotions, fearing their reaction, this is a sign of psychological warfare. Once you recognize these signs, it's important to understand that these behaviors are not normal and should not be tolerated in any healthy relationship. Now that we have identified the problem, how do we protect ourselves from psychological warfare? Establish firm emotional and personal boundaries. Communicate what behaviors are unacceptable and stick to these boundaries, even when the manipulator tries to break them. Talk to trusted friends, family, or even a therapist. Emotional support is crucial because manipulators often try to isolate their victims. Work on recognizing your own worth. Psychological warfare thrives on making the victim feel small or powerless. So, reinforcing your self confidence is a key to resisting manipulation. In several cases, it might be necessary to seek the help of counselor or therapist, especially if the relationship has caused significant emotional damage. In conclusion, psychological warfare in relationship is a subtle but powerful form of manipulation that can cause lasting emotional and psychological harm. By understanding the tactics used, recognizing the signs, and taking steps to protect ourselves, we can break free from these toxic dynamics and reclaim our mental well being.
If you find the one, you should never give her up. I think it's the way life changes when